Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Third Down Thursdays on a Tuesday. Special edition, guys, special edition. We are very fortunate, once again, third year in a row. Unfortunately, my ass is not there, but fortunately, Third Down Thursdays, and MJ is representing us down there with that amazing tan he's got. MJ, what's up, buddy?
I did not expect it to be 75 degrees today. But since I did get the farmer's tan of a century from the polo I was wearing, I decided to flex it for this show because I am not afraid. I got my MJ and Coach Bruce shirt on. I got the flag in the background. And I just need you to appreciate, Bruce, real quick, what I did to get that flag up because there are two tables and a chair stacked on top of each other,
I'm just
leaning on the couch.
wait for it to fall.
Oh, it's been up for 2 hours. That thing is sturdy.
Oh,
It is
fair.
architecturally sound.
Art. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I
fair
may not
enough.
be architecturally sound right now because I'm exhausted, but that flag is going to stay there for the next 5 days.
Hey, man, well, that was actually that was my next question, man. How you doing, dude? Like, how you feeling, man? Like, I know, like,
I'm so tired.
I was saying that when when we were going back and forth today, when you told me that the drive was only like an hour and a half from you, I was like, damn, man, that's just like a bad freaking traffic to Chicago.
Yes, but I still got up at 4 in the morning because I had to
Yeah.
get everything into my car. I had to go get gas. I had to get caffeine because I had to be there so early and be functioning because I had to be ready to go at the Mobile Convention Center at 7 a.m.,
Right. Right.
which meant I got here at like 6:30 because I didn't know where I was going, which is good because I didn't find where I needed to be till like 6:55. But
Hey,
I
but you
was
got
like
there.
the second person in line to get my credential this morning. I
Oh no
had to
shit.
tell the poor lady that Coach Bruce wasn't coming, and she was very sad. Um,
I'm sure she
Shout out
was.
to Molly Middleton, by the way. She's the person in charge of all the media for the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, she's
They
amazing.
credentialed over 1,100 people this year. The first time they've been over 1,000 in their 74
Really,
years of doing the Senior Bowl.
that's awesome.
And
She's
so the
awesome.
job
She's
that
very
woman
responsible.
has to coordinate, Bruce, they only have 6 full-time staff members.
Wow, she's
And
really
the
responsive
job that
too. I'm
Molly
not gonna lie.
does, yeah, the job that she does to coordinate all of us nut jobs that are there. Um, and I mean, it was chaos when we went onto the field after practice to talk to the team, to the players. But they did a very good job. So I just wanted, before we get into anything, I had to make sure to give Molly a shout out because she's
Seriously.
doing an incredible job in what is legitimately one of the hardest professions in sports is coordinating the media, especially with this magnitude. So
Truth, truth.
shout out
Yeah,
Molly. Shout out
yeah.
Molly.
Molly, thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see you today or at all. But
Stupid Bruce. But it's
yeah,
okay. We
you
still love
know,
you. We
it's
still
the
love you.
hey, but hey, I've already gotten ready. I've already. All right, we won't even get into that. But anyway, MJ,
Yes.
we have a shortened show today, so
Yes.
we're not gonna go meat potatoes on y'all. We're gonna wait until Thursday to talk about our thoughts about the draft coming up and who we want to see and like projections for the Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, Giants, all that. We're gonna wait on that. MJ, we're gonna wait
Oh
on
yeah.
that. So honestly, like you had a pretty cool day. The first so you got to meet a national champion runner up quarterback today and like kind of
Yes.
have the interactions with Max Duggan. How was that TCU quarterback? I remember, so how was the interactions for the press conference with him?
So my impression of Max Duggan, and again, it's a short press conference. It's maybe 10, 15 minutes. My impression of him is he's the veteran of this event. Um, it takes a lot to be somebody who goes to the national championship as a quarterback. So if you can make it to the national championship and you're the quarterback of that team, you're probably a pretty good leader and you probably have your head screwed on straight. So he
True.
answered every question the right way. He didn't get in any trouble with his words. Like he was very well put together,
Right,
and
right.
that is what. And he even said that's the image he wants to produce. He wants to show people that he can run an offense and that he can lead the men on
Mm-hmm. Uh oh. He was like, okay, keep
run an
going. Oh,
actual offense, that he can actually be the leader of the team. yeah, I apologize for whatever hotel Wi-Fi. Hopefully we catch as much of me as we can.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
If I get real bad, I can go on my phone. But he wants to be a leader, and that's the image he wants to put out. He had a very strong start with that at the press conference. Not as much, in my opinion, of a strong start of that watching the actual on the field play today.
Mm-hmm.
But I also recognize with anybody who did anything today, especially on the offensive end, it's really hard to implement an offense and be on the same page with your entire team when before today they've had one meeting.
Yeah, it's tough. It's going to be very basic.
With
it's
their
going to
coaches.
be
so it's really hard. And even when it comes down to snap count and then the receivers being a step off. And so when you go to throw a back shoulder fade, it's half a second off. When you go to throw a comeback route, it's half a second off. There was just a bunch of stuff like that I know will get ironed out by the time there's the last practice on Thursday and by the time we see the game on Saturday. There were just a few things like that were a little rough today, but that's what Max can really do to show that he can be a leader is he needs to fix those things in the next couple of days. So he's shown the baseline that is what that offense can do. Now he's got to make the improvement off of it. I don't think he has the ability to really skyrocket his draft stock this week.
I agree.
But I mean, his ability to land with an NFL team is still very much on the line. People didn't like what they saw in the national championship game.
Yeah, but you're going against that juggernaut. You're going against juggernaut.
Absolutely. Nobody does well against the Georgia defense, and I think that's recognized. Exactly. And so Max, more than anybody, has the ability. I think out of any quarterback, Max Duggan has the highest ceiling to grow during this Senior Bowl.
Highest. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, I mean, come on. He was, if I recall this correctly, he didn't even start the year at TCU. He didn't even start. So
no, he was at TCU, but he wasn't
exactly. He wasn't a starter. He wasn't the starter. Yeah. So it's awesome, Mike. He's a great dude, and I watched a little bit of the presser, and like you said, he very, very methodical, very well trained in his answers. Kudos to him, and kudos to PR for helping the guy out. But hopefully he'll have some improvement on the field coming up. All right, MJ. Well. You actually, so now to kind of get a little bit more local flavor in here, you had an opportunity to ask a question to Isaiah Foskey, and Notre Dame edge rusher. Projections, late first round. I saw some to the Chiefs. I've seen some to the Eagles. I've seen some, obviously late first round. So. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What was the interactions with him with the media? I know you said he was a little bit more charismatic with media members, right?
Yes. So Isaiah Foskey, the question I was able to ask him, which I was glad that I got to this before anybody else. The one-on-ones are traditionally a very big thing in Mobile, and that specifically is the one-on-ones between defensive linemen and offensive linemen, and then one-on-ones between receivers and DBs. So. That's where people can really make their mark. That's where Christian Watson, his draft stock skyrocketed last year because he burned every DB that was in Mobile. So Isaiah Foskey, he knows this. He already did incredible things at Notre Dame. He was the top-rated edge rusher in the country. He broke Justin Tuck's sack record. Bruce, he played off the ball in 2021. He didn't rush the passer. And then in 2022, he broke Justin Tuck's sack record with Notre Dame. So it's just ridiculous, the athletic ability that man has. His wingspan is disgusting. Mm-hmm. His size and his speed is incredible. And so just the ability he has purely based off of his physical traits, not getting into actually the way he rushes the passer, is ridiculous because he can do everything from edge to a cover. I mean, he can essentially play – like he could do what Levante David does if he really wanted to. If he wanted to put on 15 more pounds, he could go from Levante David to Micah Parsons. Like he has that type of range.
If he can get to Micah Parsons, man,
somebody would be getting that type of range as an athlete. So I asked him. I said the one-on-ones are big. Yeah. Who are you looking for? And I was like, what moves are you gonna pull out?
Oh, this is great. I saw
what moves do you go pull out? And so he admitted, he said, he was like, I'll be honest. I'm not going to say any moves because they're probably watching, but he was quick to call out DeJuan Jones, who
Yeah.
is the offensive tackle from Ohio State, who is legitimately, Bruce, one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen in my life. Almost 6'8". His wingspan is, I believe, 81 inches.
So would you say, so I was actually, this is actually leading me to my next question. Was he the most overwhelmingly, I mean, obviously you got a lot of big dudes there. There's some
Yeah.
jacked fucking like dudes that like knock the shit out of people there. So
Yeah.
was he the most overwhelming physical presence that you noticed at the like there today? So far?
Absolutely. I stood next to Isaiah Foskey. I stood next to Davis Allen, who we'll talk about in a little bit. Like, I stood next to some guys who are listed 6'4", 6'5".
Right.
And I'm pretty close to their height.
Yeah, you're
I'm
tall.
not a small dude. So they didn't intimidate me, and I think that confused some of them because I'm like, I'm their height. And so
Right.
I'm looking them eye to eye, which they're not used to from reporters. And then DeJuan Jones, I walked up to him and I looked up.
That's a rarity. So for those of you
him.
guys watching, well, real quick, MJ, for those of you that are watching, that get to see this clip, MJ is not a short dude. Like when I talk to him, I have to look up. So, and I'm 6 feet.
Yeah.
So like, you're a big dude. Anyway,
So I walked up to DeJuan Jones and I said, hello. Like, I had to look up. So absolutely. I texted my dad because I shook DeJuan Jones' hand. I introduced myself. And I texted my dad, and the first thing I said was, that was the strongest handshake I've ever felt in my life.
I love that. That's awesome.
Because, Bruce, again, like, I'm not a small guy. I don't have small hands. And this man
just like
made me look like I was a high school cheerleader. Like,
not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, but like, it was just ridiculous. I'm like, I've never had somebody else's hand just engulf mine like that. It was ridiculous.
That's awesome, though.
But yeah, so he was able to go against Isaiah Foskey in one-on-ones. Foskey got Jones during the regular season. He owned that matchup. Right. And they got one-on-one together today. And when I tell you
that please tell me you got it. Please tell me you got it.
I do. I have it. I will post it after this. I can't get the video up on here for some reason.
Right.
But Jones stuffed Foskey's face in the ground.
Oh,
literally! No, he tried to. Foskey tried to get like some underneath leverage on him, and Foskey just took his shoulders and like he was doing the LeBron James silencer. It was incredible.
Wow.
He destroyed him. And
I love
again,
it,
Foskey, that's the only person probably at the Senior Bowl that can do that to Isaiah Foskey.
Fair. Awesome. So. All right. Well, real quick, MJ, since we have a shortened version of our show, and since you drove down today, which was absolutely incredible, by the way, we have to make sure that you're covered. So a quick word from our guys.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office. Stage, nursery. Shh, sorry. Erie Insurance offers products that lots of other companies don't. That's a big deal. And it's a good deal, too. And with Erie, you get your own independent agent, not a giant corporate call center or some online robot. You meet with a real person, like this.
Your local Erie agent is Building Block Insurance Group. Get a quote today at 704-464-4544.
Erie Insurance.
And when you guys call Building Block Insurance Group, aka Erie Insurance, talk to Jeff Hortepney. Phone number 704-464-4544, and his email is jeff@mybebig.com. Awesome guy, awesome insurance. He'll get you covered real quick. But MJ, all right, man. So you had some opportunities to talk to people, one-on-one on the side, just kind of joke around, goof around, and I think a few of them actually might be catching some guys' eyes. NFL recruits. And who might that be, sir?
So the first guy I talked to was Davis Allen, tight end from Clemson, and I was able to talk to him for a couple of minutes. I'll play the audio in a moment. My biggest thing was just super nice dude. He was talking to all of his Clemson coaches that were there, and I was just kind of standing there. I wasn't going to bother him because I didn't know what they were talking about, what they were doing. And one of his coaches saw me stopped him from talking. He turned around and he just like snapped to attention. He's like, "What's up? What can I do for you?" So super fun interview. If you want to toss his picture up, we'll play it just a couple of minutes with Davis Allen.
It's nice to meet you, sir. My name is MJ.
Yes, sir.
How you enjoying the experience so far?
It's been great.
Yeah?
It's been a lot. It's been busy and just really fast. A lot of moving parts, but I'm just thankful to be here. It's just an awesome opportunity.
You had any downtime yet at all, or
Absolutely
has it been
not.
go?
6 hours of sleep last night.
Oh my gosh!
Had meetings till midnight.
How are those meetings? I mean, it must be hard to try and consume that much offense at once to get everyone on the same page for these practices.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot just with the install, and the coaches only have so much time with us as well,
Right.
and they're trying the hardest too. And then we have to go do interviews with teams, and so everything's just crammed. But it was a lot yesterday for sure, but it was exciting. It was fun.
How are the interviews going with the formal interviews with the team?
It's going great. It's going smooth. Just trying to be as personal as possible and be as real as I can be.
What's the weirdest question you've gotten asked so far?
When's the last time I was in a fight?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Trying to dig into the personal, I guess, a little bit, or?
I think I just come across as a laid-back guy.
Okay. So they're trying to see if you ever get
a little fight in
aggravated or anything. So give me a little description of your game for anybody who's not familiar with the way you play.
Yes, sir. I pride myself in believing that I can do a little bit of both.
Okay.
I don't shy away from sticking my nose in and blocking whoever I'm asked to block. And I feel like I can also catch the ball too and make the plays there when my number's called on. I think I can improve in both areas tremendously, but I do believe that I can do a little bit of both.
Give me a comparison of somebody who's in the league right now, either that you try and model your game after or that just unintentionally you think you kind of are similar to.
My top three guys that I love to watch, obviously I love to watch Kittle just because I feel like he can do a little bit of both. I love the way he plays the game. It looks like he has fun out there, and he shows that. I like watching Dalton Schultz from Dallas.
Okay.
I just like how he plays the game. And as a kid, I loved Jason Witten. I didn't play tight end when I was younger, but I enjoyed watching him play, and so that would be my top three.
What did you play when you were younger?
I played Mike linebacker all through high school.
Really? So does that give you a little mind into the guys you're going against, having that experience?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so, and having a little bit of understanding of the defense, and also just bringing that physicality standpoint to offense.
All right, I don't want to hold you too long, Davis. Last question for you. I'm asking this for everyone I talk to just for fun. You're playing Mario Kart. What's your character?
Luigi.
Luigi? I respect it. All right. Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
That's awesome. That was great. I love the Mario. I love Mario. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's so. I was thinking because I really do like asking just an off-brand question to everybody, just to keep them loose, because I don't know how many actual stressful interviews they're gonna have. Right? He's got his formal interviews, all that stuff. They digging into his whole life.
Right.
I just want the guy. He's my age, Bruce. Like.
Isn't that
I know
incredible?
I played Mario Kart as a kid.
And he calls you sir.
That's what is funny, and that's where when he called me sir, that's when I realized that I'm standing next to somebody who's probably going to play in the NFL, and we are the same size. That's when I was like, okay, that's why he's calling me sir. Not necessarily because he thinks I'm old, but because I'm standing next to this man in full uniform, and I'm the same size.
He doesn't know, and he doesn't know who you are either. Doesn't know
No.
who you know. Doesn't know who may see the like or hear the audio too. So that was an awesome young man. Honestly, I'm kind of looking at some of his. He was a 3-star recruit out of Calhoun High School in Calhoun, Georgia. Guy seems like a really nice kid. I haven't really done much like on him, but we'll see what he does in the draft. I don't know if he's gonna. I'm sounding like Tony Romo now. Jim, he's not there. Yeah, but no, I don't. I really hope that I hope from from the fact that he had the interview with us or with you that he gets drafted, but it doesn't look like it may happen. But I
mean, my comparison to him right now, if I had to give one, would be just a younger Mercedes Lewis.
Okay.
For the Packers, his majority strength is going to be blocking.
He's going to have to get on
special land in a spot with a run-heavy system, and he can learn to be a weapon in the passing game. But even if you look at somebody like Jason Witten, who he mentioned, Jason Witten was not a go crazy pass threat to begin his career. So I mean, he can make his mark in the NFL as a good run blocking tight end. He can be a tight end 2 or 3 somewhere because he has the physical traits that he can dominate on the run front. It's just the questions of the passing game because his feet are a little slow. But when it comes to his willingness to run block, you don't find that in that many tight ends.
And your dad said the best freaking thing right there. The NFL athletes are just freak athletes. It's absolutely absurd.
Oh but, yeah, it's ridiculous to watch them on ground level, like be right there. Because even some of these guys won't play in the NFL,
right?
And I'm like,
it's incredible.
Jacked.
It's the best of the best of the best. It's the best of the best of the best. It's insane, but
it really is.
So to go back to the local flavor again, we had Evan Hull from Northwestern, great receiving running back that you had the opportunity to talk to today as well. How was he? I kind of want to hear just from the interview, not even the interview itself, but like from just overall, how was he?
Yeah, so I only have up the one clip of the fun question I asked him at the end. He was in a one-on-one when I walked up to him, so I didn't really interrupt that. I got a couple nuggets that I'll throw out here from that. He really wants to be involved in both the running game and the passing game. He knows he can make his mark in the passing game. He compared himself to both of the Chiefs running backs, actually. He compared himself to Isaac Pacheco and his ability to run hard and also impact the passing game. And then he said in pass protection, he really likes Jaren McKinnon and his ability. He's like, it doesn't matter how big he is. He'll step in the A gap or the B gap and just take a hit. And he doesn't care who's coming at him. He steps in there and he protects his quarterback. So from everything I gathered, again, only talking and seeing him for a couple of minutes, he really seems like he has a very good awareness of, hey, if I go out there every day and I protect my quarterback, I'm going to be able to get on the field because he knows what to do in a modern NFL. He recognizes that it's not as much about his running game anymore. There aren't as many 1,000-yard rushers in the NFL. He needs to be able to do everything. He needs to be able to protect his quarterback.
Very
diverse.
diverse.
Be able to be the safety blanket for his quarterback. Because more and more, Bruce, it's not the tight ends that are the safety blankets. It's the running backs.
It's running backs.
So if Evan can go out there and be a safety blanket for a really good quarterback, you can see how much money that makes compared to being just a 1,000-yard rusher, because those don't last for years. But guys who can do 3-4 things as a running back, those last.
Exactly.
So Evan Hull, I really do think that he will be, if I had to guess, running backs don't get drafted very high anymore. He probably in the 5th round range, just because he was at Northwestern.
He did well.
Which has some decent name.
Great...
I don't know what the experts have him pegged as, but just watching him play today and kind of looking into some of his numbers, talking to him a little bit, I think that would be a pretty good range for him. He's going to be, in my mind, someone like Aaron Jones for the Packers. I'm not comparing them physically. I'm comparing the path. I think he'll get drafted in the 5th round somewhere, and I really do think he'll do well.
He's a rotational running back. Yeah, he'll be a guy that'll end up.
But even if you think of it, Bruce, the Eagles are using 3 running backs.
Right, exactly.
And they're going to use 3 running backs in the Super Bowl.
He's got to learn. He's got to know how to. He's definitely going to have to know how to play special teams too. He's going to
absolutely.
He's going to have to. So.
But
awesome.
Being that he's from he's played at Northwestern for the last 4 years, and I'm from Chicago, suburbs of Chicago, visited Northwestern often. I had to ask Evan a very specific question. So toss the picture up, and we're going to roll this favorite question I've asked.
Evan, I just got one question for you. My name's MJ.
Nice to meet you, MJ.
Good to meet you, too. I'm from suburbs of Chicago. How much you love Portillo's?
Oh, we actually have a tradition at Northwestern. All the offensive linemen, running backs, and tight ends would go eat Portillo's. And it was a $20 minimum that you got to spend there before the season starts. So we have a long tradition. Good to see you, Chrissy. We have a long tradition of eating at Portillo's. So, yeah, I love Portillo's.
I love that. Good to meet you, sir. Best of luck this week.
It's awesome. I love that.
I love it.
Dude, as soon as I heard that, I'm just like, okay, like he's a Chicago guy. He's a Chicago guy now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go back. You best believe I'm going back to Evan tomorrow, and I'm asking about Lumonati's.
Oh yeah, get a little Giordano's action.
Oh
get
yeah,
all of it. Get all
I
of it.
gotta know now that I've got the Portillo's answer. What kind of pizza we smashing? Like what are we doing?
We already got
I
predictions.
need to know.
We already got predictions.
Tampa Bay.
We'll get on it. Hey, we'll get on it later. We'll get on it.
Yeah.
We'll get on it later. We'll get on it Thursday. Meat potatoes are Thursday, guys. But,
real quick, Bruce.
MJ, yes.
The last thing I have, and I'm mad because the videos won't play. I can't get them up here. But I do have to say, Luke Getsy came to the morning practice early. Okay. So Luke Getsy was there all day. I saw him walk in because he's he commands a room. I will be perfectly honest. And he walked in to the stadium, and I saw him come in because he had his entourage. All the Packers coaches were with him. All the Bears coaches were with him. It's kind of hard to miss because, 8 of his best friends are walking with him.
Right.
And he sat there and watched the entire practice, and he did not leave until he watched Jaren Hall in the 11-on-11s.
I love it. I mean, and we talked about this too. I think that the Chicago Bears need to be going for a late round quarterback anyway. So
yes, and if I had to pick somebody, again, just based off of watching him for a day, I mean, Jaren Hall was probably the best quarterback out there today. He was probably the best quarterback out there today. Yeah. And Luke Getsy showed some interest in him. And if I had to guess, he's probably the best with his legs.
Which makes sense because of the offense that they run.
Yeah. So even though Getsy is not his coach, I just thought it was interesting. I'll see if Getsy shows up early every day. But I thought it was interesting because he stayed almost through the entire practice, didn't leave to go get ready for his, and he left when at the end of the 11-on-11s, they pulled Jaren Hall.
That's awesome. Well, it's good to hear. I mean, I love that. I think it's, again, we had the conversation that a quarterback should be drafted every year or every other year. So
yeah, you got to stay on top of it.
Why not?
Why not? You can get a Brock Purdy with last pick in the draft. Why not take a shot in the dark every year?
Yeah, especially when you have all-pro offensive linemen and some, Christian McCaffrey and
that does
Deebo
help.
Samuel. I mean, whatever. But anyway, MJ, man, dude, hell of a job today, dude. Hell of a job. I'm super jealous. I wish I was there, but I've already booked. I've already booked our stuff for the combine, so I'm looking forward.
I'm really excited.
Oh man,
I'm really excited.
It's definitely gonna be good times.
Yeah, I'm gonna write a couple of recaps tonight. They're gonna be pretty similar to what we have here. So I'll just let you know if you watch this, you really aren't missing much if you don't read the recaps. But I'm gonna recap every day. We're not gonna do a show every night, but I'm gonna recap every day, both of the practices. Give it a little highlights, some winners, some losers, what the trends are. I got a bunch of really cool stats. I think I'm going to talk to them on Thursday. So Zebra Technologies is the company
they're awesome.
that has the RIFD chips in all the NFL footballs. They're doing that for the Senior Bowl for the fourth year in a row. And I'm going to have the chance to go talk to them on Thursday for about 15 minutes and get a real big insight into the stats they're providing. Because, Bruce, they can tell you how many yards somebody ran.
Everything. How many miles? How many converts? All of it.
Yeah. So every player has what looks like an Apple Watch. I saw it on Evan Hull. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They have an Apple Watch that is athletic taped around their wrist. And so he said it's very light, but that's what's tracking their every move, their top speed, their acceleration, their deceleration, everything.
I wonder I wonder how much coaches are actually looking at that information, especially during practices and whatnot. Just because the Chicago Bears give loafs or give shit grades for people that are fucking just being lazy. So I wonder if they're actually paying attention to. I'm sure they are. I mean, shit, I would if I as a coach, I would definitely be paying attention to that stuff. Especially if
Luke Getsy screamed at a kid today because he broke a tackle on the outside. And if it was a normal game situation, would have had a walk-in touchdown, and he didn't run all the way to the end zone.
Good.
They were on the opposing Bruce. They were on the opposing 30.
Set the standard. Set the standard for what they want. Set the standard.
He chewed him out because he didn't run an extra 55 yards.
Good. I love that. I think it's. I don't know. That's the meatball in me. I love that.
Yeah,
shit, but,
I love it too.
But all right, man. Well, hey, for the abbreviated stuff, I got a lot. I appreciate it, and let's. My guy, man. Third Down Thursdays this week is going to be a fun one.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be tomorrow morning. We got the media breakfast where we kind of have combine-esque access to a lot of the players. They're going to be at all the podiums. I'm going to be able to go talk to a lot of guys. I'm going to try and I'll just tell everybody this. I don't care. I'm going to go try and grab Davis and Evan tomorrow and see if I can get them to come on the show. So if you do see something random about us popping up tomorrow, it may be because we have some very special guests. So be on the lookout. We're not planning to do something tomorrow night, but we might.
We might. It might happen.
So we might record it. We might do it live. We're going to keep y'all on your toes. So
fuck it, do it live.
Be on the lookout for everything for the rest of the week. There's nothing planned on Friday, so I'm gonna try and do a little like film analysis and stuff on Friday. Do a little deep diving. I'm really just mad I didn't bring my golf clubs because I would have gone golfing. But I took my wife's car, and so I forgot them in my car. And I really didn't even know, to be honest, that there was a practice on Friday. I knew it, but I didn't know it. So
I gotcha. Well,
yeah, so I'll come up with something to do on Friday.
Hell of a job, MJ. And you know what? We're gonna end it with our guy.
Our guy
from Building Block Insurance Group.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey, MJ.
Third Down Thursdays. Let's ride.
On a Tuesday.